all PHEs እነዚህ እዚህ ጋር all public health emergency of international concern in accordance with the protocol of IHR requirements. An outbreak that exceeds the threshold defined in the IDSRs and is being monitored by PHEOC. PHEOC the essential element of information follow ያደርጋቸው ከthreshold ሲዘል ከዛ በኋላ ምን ያደርጋል ወደ critical information required ይገባል ማለት ነው. Any acute public health emergency requires assistance from WHO, media interest for any events, for example corona አጣበቅ ጊዜ any ኢቦላ አሁን ለምሳሌ እንትን ሆነ ሲባል በጣም ለሚዲያ ኢንተረስት ስለሆነ አሁን ለምሳሌ ምንድነው ሌላ ደግሞ አክሲደንታል እነዚህ ነገሮች ኢምፖርታንት ናቸው so other is accidental death injury of response personnel deployed in the field የሚለው accidental death injury of response personnel deployed in the field ይህ ራሱ very important የሆነ ማለት very important accidental የሆነ ቢሞት የሆነ በጣም ኮንሰርን ነው ማለት ነው so is very important no okay let us see the next slide okay any event affecting installation activity operation እነዚህ ነው ሁሉ የሚያደርግ ምን እዚህ ጋር ምን ይላል any events affecting installation activity or operations እንትን የሚል ከሆነ ሌላኛው ደግሞ upward or downward change in grade of current public health emergency an incident that negatively impacts the facilities activities or operation of public health emergency operation or ministry of health affect የሚያደርግ ከሆነ ሌላኛው ደግሞ unusual or serious event reported from the subnational level unusual የሆነ serious event reported from the subnational level ከሆነ during activation incident specifically targeted CIR so are deployed to guide information gathering and reporting for the specific event so the other is the PHEOC manager is PHEOC manager manager is he needs PHEOC manager so in consultation with IM that means incident manager deployed the develops CIR critical information required minutin develop ያደርጋል ማለት ነው so እነዚህን ሁሉ critically አብሮ እንትን ያደርጋል ማለት ነው so it needs a teamwork a very huge work actually emergency operation is health is a teamwork so information flow whenever we see the information flow the PHEOC should serve as a hub you know hub ነው እዛ ቦታ ነው ሰው ተሰብስቦ ድርጅቶች ፕራይቬት እንትኖች ገቨርንመንታል ነን ገቨርንመንታል ኦርጋናይዜሽኖች and workers መጥተው እዛ ላይ ዲስከስ ካደረጉ በኋላ ነው ሪስፖንስ እዛ ነው ሃንድል የሚደረገው so the PHEOC should serve as what a hub for reporting public health events and coordination of information እነዚህ ሁሉ ኮኦርዲኔት የሚያደርግበት hub ነው so ለዛ ነው ይሄ በጣም ኢምፖርታንት ነው የምንለው all information on public health emergency must systematically flow to the PHEOC ሁሉም ኢንፎርሜሽን በPHEOC ውስጥ አልፎ መሄድ አለበት አለበለዚያ it is an organization if the manager is present whenever it is shifts delegate አድርጎ ነው ስለዚህ PHEOC somebody ሲመጣ መቀየር አይችልም ስለዚህ ፎካል ሆነ established ሆነ hub ሆኖ ኢንፎርሜሽን ሃንድል የሚያደርግ አንድ ሰው እንኳን ሰራተኛ ከዛ ቢቀየር የዛ PHEOC ኢንፎርሜሽን እንዳለ ትራንስፈር ሆነ አለበት ዶክመንቴሽን very important ነው ዶክመንቴሽን ኢምፖርታንት ስለሆነ በዝም ብሎ በፐርሰናል ኢሜል ራሱ ዝም ብሎ መለዋወጥ it is not good because it is an organization the resource of the community the country at all not personal resource so PHEOC is great things to handle every emergency operation every public health emergencies so that is this include information flowing from the community event site that means community event site has facility including treatment center and point of centers point of interest so let us continue so እነዚህን ነገሮች አይተናል አሁን ወደ ኔክስት ስቴፕ እንሄዳለን። ሶ here is important hey essential elements information እንዲህ ምንድን ነው essential element of information essential EEI የሚባሉት ነገሮች ምንድን ናቸው? ሶ an essential element of information EEI is information that is required for decision making. Thus are required for what? Decision making. Say in a PHEOC in a timely manner across all IMS functions. So there is a function protocol IMS that we were defines IMS. So it needs what? Essential element of information for decision making in PHEOC in a timely manner across all what? IMS system function. So IMS system function, the level of what? Urgency and the need for action distinguish CIR from EEI. ከሁለቶቹ CIR እና EEI የሚለያቸው ምንድነው? urgency and need of information ናቸው። essential element of information ከዛ essential element of information ከዛ የሆነ urgency ሲሆን ወደ CEI ይቀየራሉ ማለት ነው። so it is a phase for transferring from EEI to CIR. So the essential element of information include all notifiable here important. So all what? Notifiable all here is that this is all ናቸው። እዚህ ጋር IDSR የሚባሉትን እነዚህን ሁሉ all ይዛል ማለት ነው። essential element of information የሚባሉ እነዚህን all like በቃ ይይዛል። so resources mapping including human resource, financial, logistic and availability እነዚህ very important ናቸው። እነዚህን ሁሉ include ያደርጋል ማለት ነው። ምን የሚይዘው EEI ምን ይዛል ብትባሉ all notifiable disease or conditions outlined in what? National IDSR, International Disease Surveillance Response Line, and resource mapping. In resource mapping, because we say information and resource management, EOC. So the other is including human resource, in certified epidemiologists, frontline epidemiologists. Now Ethiopia is giving intermediate epidemiologists and advanced epidemiologists at master level. So the other is financial. Financial is not required. Without finance, nothing is moved. And logical logistics is very important. And availability, everything. So whenever it's available, it is very important. So let us what are the critical information requirements? Critical information requirements የሚባሉት ምንድን ናቸው ማለት? Critical information requirements, the CIR, the process required to ensure what? Timely and appropriate generation, collection, analysis and dissemination and storage, retrieval and ultimate dispositions of relevant information on the outbreak risk. Investigation and response need assessment and gap and performance. So እነዚህ ሁሉ በጣም የሚይዝ ነገር ስለሆነ critical thing ነው። በቃ የሆነ በመጀመሪያ ኢሴንሻሎች አንድ እናደርጋለን። አውር ዴሊ አክቲቪቲ በኢሴንሻል ካደረግን በኋላ ክሪቲካሉ ስንል ደግሞ እነዚህ ታደርጋለን። So the list of CIR below has been defined for general outbreak requirements. ለጀነራል outbreak requirement የሚያስፈልጉ ናቸው። that require prompt reporting by PHEOCs and are monitored on regular basis. በሬጉላር ቤዝ ሞኒተር የምናደርጋቸው ናቸው ማለት ነው። next slide is a critical continued or public health emergency. PHE is a public health emergency, so international concerns in accordance with IHS 5 IHR requirements. There is a standard, IHR is firstly in 2005, it is already known by. So an outbreak that exceed እዚህ ጋር ክሪቲካል ኢንፎርሜሽን የሚያስፈልጉ ቀደም ተመልክተናል አላ ኢንክሉዲንግ ብለን ነው ያለፍነውና እዚህ ጋር ማለት ነው እነዚህ ስለሚያስፈልጉ ምንድናቸው እዚህ ጋር all public health information concerned in accordance with critical እነዚህ የሚባሉ ማለት እነዚህ ይሄኛው ምንድናቸው all PHEs እነዚህ እዚህ ጋር all public health emergency of international concern in accordance with the protocol of IHR requirements. and outbreaks that exceed the threshold defined in the IDSRs and is being monitored by PHEOC. PHEOC በኤሴንሻል ኤሌመንት ኦፍ ኢንፎርሜሽን ፎሎ እያደረጋቸው ከትሬሽሆልዱ ሲዘል ከዛ በኋላ ምን ያደርጋል ወደ ክሪቲካል ኢንፎርሜሽን ሪኳየርድ ይገባል ማለት ነው። Any acute public health emergency requires assistance from WHO, media interest for any events for the corona በሚመጣበት ጊዜ any ኢቦላ አሁን ለምሳሌ እንትን ሆነ ሲባል በጣም ለሚዲያ ኢንተረስት ስለሆነ ሌላ ደግሞ አክሲደንታል እነዚህ ነገሮች ኢምፖርታንት ናቸው። so other is accidental death, injury of response personnel deployed in the field የሚለው accidental death, injury of response personnel deployed in the field ይህ ራሱ very important የሆነ ማለት very important accidental የሆነ ቢሞት የሆነ በጣም ኮንሰርን ነው ማለት ነው። so is very important ነው። okay, let us see the next slide. Any event affecting installation activity operation እነዚህ ነው ሁሉ የሚያደርግ ምን እዚህ ጋር ምን ይላል any events affecting installation activity or operations እንትን የሚል ከሆነ ሌላኛው ደግሞ upward or downward change in grade of current public health emergency, an incident that negatively impacts the facilities, activities or operation of public health emergency operation or Ministry of Health affect የሚያደርግ ከሆነ ሌላኛው ደግሞ unusual or serious event reported from the subnational level unusual የሆነ serious event reported from the subnational level ከሆነ during activation incident specific targeted CIR so are deployed to guide information gathering and reporting for the specific event. So the other is the PHEOC manager is PHEOC manager manager is he needs PHEOC manager, so in consultation with IM, that means incident manager, deployed the develops CIR critical information required minuትን develop ያደርጋል ማለት ነው። so እነዚህን ሁሉ critically አብሮ እንትን ያደርጋል ማለት ነው። so it needs a teamwork, a very huge work actually. Emergency operation is health is a teamwork. So information flow, whenever we see the information flow, the PHEOC should serve as a hub, you know, hub ነው እዛ ቦታ ነው ሰው ተሰብስቦ ድርጅቶች ፕራይቬት እንትኖች ገቨርንመንታል ነን ገቨርንመንታል ኦርጋናይዜሽኖች and ወርከርስ መጥተው እዛ ላይ ዲስከስ ካደረጉ በኋላ ነው ሪስፖንስ እዛ ሃንድል የሚደረገው so the PHEOC should serve as what a hub for reporting public health events and coordination of information እነዚህ ሁሉ ኮኦርዲኔት የሚያደርግበት hub ነው so ለዛ ነው ይሄ በጣም ኢምፖርታንት ነው የምንለው all information on public health emergency must systematically flow to the PHEOC ሁሉም ኢንፎርሜሽን በPHEOC ውስጥ አልፎ መሄድ አለበት አለበለዚያ it is an organization if the manager is present whenever it shifts delegate አድርጎ ነው ስለዚህ PHEOC somebody ሲመጣ መቀየር አይችልም ስለዚህ ፎካል ሆነ established ሆነ hub ሆኖ ኢንፎርሜሽን ሃንድል የሚያደርግ አንድ ሰው እንኳን ሰራተኛ ከዛ ቢቀየር የዛ PHEOC ኢንፎርሜሽን እንዳለ ትራንስፈር ሆነ አለበት ዶክመንቴሽን very important ነው ዶክመንቴሽን ኢምፖርታንት ስለሆነ በዝም ብሎ በፐርሰናል ኢሜል ራሱ ዝም ብሎ መለዋወጥ it is not good because it is an organization the resource of the community the country at all not personal resource so PHEOC is great things to handle every public health emergencies so that is include information flowing from the community event site that means community event site has facility including treatment center and point of centers point of interest from what so this include information flowing from what the community parts of community event sites has the facility including the treatment center and point of interest from ward level to regional sub-regional and other levels and is received by the PHEOC at national level so PHEOC ራሱ ከወረዳም PHEOC ስታብሊሽ ካደረግን ወደፊት ወረዳው PHEOC ዜን ዞናል PHEOC ሪጂናል PHEOC ናሽናል PHEOC እያለ በዚህ በPHEOC ስር ውስጥ ማለፍ አለበት። በፐርሰናል ማለፍ እንኳን የለበትም። ፐርሰናል አይሆንም። ምክንያቱም it is a great structure, so we need to implement this strategy and strengthen these things, so we shall to know this very well. So thank you very much. All communication to and from the PHEOC will be done using the PHEOC email. So like a PHI, so our PHI, like this is PHI at gmail.com. For example, the Gode PHEOC is Gode PHEOC at Gmail. This is the .com, you know, this is the email of the Gode Emergency Operation Center. So let me big the size. So the size, let me make it big. So bold here. So this, you know, this one, Gode PHEOC at gmail.com. This is the hub's email that we are now created to handle every public health emergency in the Shabelle zone. So thank you very much. Thank you. Let's continue to the next. Okay, let's see what is that. The structure. What is that? The structure of, so this figure this one, what does it mean? So the PHEOC information flow and management Ethiopian Public Health Institute. So the body is the hub. So at a national level, the PHEOC is structured like that. So this is Ministry of Health, Federal Ministry of Health. Here is Dr. Leah Taddesa. Dr. Leah Taddesa is the Ministry of Health. He is Director General and Deputy General and Incidents Manager. Especially here is Deputy General. Started from here is important. EPHI team start from this. This is a federal team. This is what we saw. This is federal team. This is PHI. This is PHI, and this is the other one is that. Okay, let us see structure. So the Minister of Health from the top, and Director General and Deputy General, Incident Manager, Deputy Incident Manager. እያለ ይቀጥላል። ስትራክቸሩ እንደዚህ ነው የሚይዘውና ሪጂናል ሊያዝንስ ኮኦርዲኔተር አሉ፣ ኦፕሬሽናል ዩኒቶች አሉ፣ ፕላኒንግ ዩኒት አለ፣ ሎጂስቲክ ዩኒት አለ፣ አድሚን ኤንድ ፋይናንስ። እነዚህ ስትራክቸሩ እና በስሩ ደግሞ ብዙ እንትኖች አሉ፣ ሰብ ዩኒቶች አሉ። እነዚህ ሰብ ዩኒቶች እነዚህ ሁሉ ነው ስትራክቸሩ PHEOC ይሄንን የሚመስለው ከእንግዲህ እንትን ሲባል ማለት ነው። ኦኬ ሪኮርዲንግ ኤንድ ዶክመንቴሽን ላይ ስንመጣ ምንድነው የሚለው ይሄ recording and documentation. So information on the response should be recorded in the PHEOC. Information on the response should be recorded. ምንም የትም አክቲቪቲ የትም ፐብሊክ ኢመርጀንሲ አፕን ያደረገው ሁሉ ዶክመንት ተደርጎ ፋይል ተደርጎ መቀመጥ አለበት። ለሚመጣው ደግሞ ከዛ ከዊክነስ እንማራለን። ከስትሪንግ ደግሞ ሪሶርስ ራሱ ብዙ ሪሶርስ ፈሰስ ስለተደረገበት ኤቭሪ አውትብሬክም ሃንድል ከተደረገ በኋላ ዶክመንት ተደርጎ መቀመጥ አለበት ማለት ነው። So this include logging activity like logging activity, tracking human resource deployment, tracking of partners activity, tasking schedules etc. እነዚህ ሁሉ ትራክ ተደርጎ ዶክመንት ተደርጎ ሲቀመጡ ለኔክስት ምን ያደርጋል ዋን ኢንፑት ይሆናል ማለት ነው ለሚቀጥለው ሪፖርት ወይንም ደግሞ shift አሁን አንድ አውትብሬክ ሃንድል አድርገን ለሌላ አውትብሬክ ራሱ ሞዲፋይድ አድርገን ልንጠቀመው እንችላለን ማለት ነው። So here is the documentation is very important. that it is extremely important to accurately document action taken during outbreak and emergency. So it is very important. So we shall not be poor, strong more አለበት መጠንከር አለበት። ህዝብ በአንድ ሰው ብቻ በተለያዩ ቦርድ ብቻ እንትን ኢምፕሊመንት በሪጅናል በናሽናል ሚኒስትሪ ኦፍ ሄልዝ ብቻ ኢፒኤችአይስ ሪጅንስ ዞን ሁሉ ኮድ ፍሮም ዘ grassroots ሌቭል ጀምሮ ወደ ላይ በትክክለኛ ስትራክቸሩን ጠብቆ እንትን ኦርጋናይዝድ ስትሮንግ ሆነ ኦርጋናይዝድ ቦዲ መሆን አለበት። So this will assist tracking what monitoring the effectiveness of the response activity ለማድረግ documentation this will assist what the assist what important in what tracking and monitoring the effectiveness of response activity ነው ራሱ track ለማድረግ evaluate ለማድረግ monitoring and evaluation important ስለሆነ evaluate monitor ለማድረግ document የተደረገ ነገር በጣም important ነው። So since all documents related to an event will be properly archived in PHEOC ላይ ዶክመንትድ ሆነው መቀመጥ አለባቸው። ለዚህ ነው PHEOCን ዝም ብሎ ከፍቶ ማስቀመጥ የሚያስፈልገው። አክቲቭሊ ሪሶርስ ደግሞ ከተለያየ ነገር ትራክ ማድረግ አለብን። ማነው ድርጅቶች አሉ ወይስ ፐብሊክ ኮሚኒቲ ብዙ ሰፖርት የሚያደርጋለን። መጀመሪያ ከተናገርን ሪሶርስ ሞባላይዝ ማድረግ ይቻላል፣ ትራክ መደረግ ይቻላል። So the planning section will be responsible for documentation, especially planning section አለው logistics section አለው operation section አለው and admin and finance section አለው PHEOC በአንድ ሰው ብቻ የሚመራ አይደለም ራሱ ዩኒት ነው ማለት ቲም ወርክ ነው ቲም ናቸው ስለዚህ ይሄንን ዶክመንቴሽን እና ሪኮርዲንግ ዶክመንቴሽን ኮንሰርን የሚያደርጋቸው ማን ናቸው ፕላኒንግ ሴክሽኖች ናቸው ማለት ነው so let us see the next slide. So thank you very much. Okay, next slide. Okay, analyzing and visualization ምንድን ነው analysis and visualization. So the surveillance unit will regularly analyze epidemiological data ላይ ዳታዎችን ሬጉላር በሆነ መንገድ አናላይዝ ያደርጋል ማለት ነው and produce epidemiological situation map ያደርጋል። አሁን ለምሳሌ ኢቦላ ኮንጎ ላይ ተከሰተ ከዛ ያለ ኬንያ ምናምን ያለ እንትን ካረገ ትራክ ያደርጋል ወደ ኢትዮጵያ ሊመጣ ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ ፎሎ ማድረግ አለብን ዋች ማድረግ አለብን። some corner of one country የሆነ public health emergency concern የሆነ disease or emergency situation happens ሲያደርግ ትራክ ማድረግ አለበት ዋች የሚያደርገው ለዛ ነው PHEOC. The other is here important follow me attentively. The planning section is responsible for one collecting, analyzing and visualizing. Collect ያደርጋሉ analyze ያደርጋሉ visualize ያደርጋሉ other operational information such as human resource deployment ወደ human resource ወደ ፊልድ ምናምን አራርቲም ቲም ምናምን የሚልኩትም እነሱ ናቸው። the status of material deployment material ራሱ ዲፕሎይ መደረጉን what has been deployed when and where መቼ የት ምን ዲፕሎይ እንደተደረገ እነዚህ ሁሉ ዶክመንት የሚያደርጉትም ፕላኒንግ ሴክሽኖች ናቸው ማለት ነው። ፕላኒንግ ሴክሽኖች የፕላኒንግ ሴክሽኖችን አክቲቪቲ እያየን ነው ማለት ነው። so the other is ምንድን ነው and mapping activity of external partner for W which partner is doing what kind of specific PHEMS activity where and when is that activity happening. So እነዚህ አራቱ W የሚባሉት ምንድን ናቸው which one and what and where let's say when የሚሉትን is that activity happening የሚሉትን አክቲቪቲዎች የምንመለከተው እነዚህ very important analyzing visualization this is teamwork you know the planning section has a great work here. So let us see the next slide information productoቹ ስንመለከት ምንድነው information product so to support informed decision making to support informed የሆነ decision making ለማድረግ the PHEOC shall produce what the following information product በጣም አስፈላጊ እነዚህ ሶስት ነገሮች በጣም ወሳኝ ናቸው ማለት ነው። እነዚህ ሶስት ነገሮች so situational report one situational report summary of event to inform senior manager so summary of event to inform senior manager with a high level or for example with a regional level PHI in the high level and weekly feedback to section ለእያንዳንዱ section weekly feedback እነዚህ information product የሚባሉት እነዚህ ናቸው ማለት ነው። So let's see the next slide okay the next slide እነዚህ next slide so here important እያንዳንዱን እንመልከታቸው table here is important information or feedback monitoring Ethiopia Public Health Institute Ethiopia PHI የሚያደርገው feedback እና monitor የሚያደርጉትን ስንመለከት አፎረግዛሉ እኛም እንደዚህ ሳምፕል ስለምንጠቀምበት ማለት ነው። information product እዚህ ውስጥ ሊስት ናቸው እንደዚህ ኢንፎርሜሽን ፕሮዳክት ናቸው እነዚህ source of information እነዚህ ናቸው source of information and እነዚህ ነው frequency of report weekly ምናምን እያሉ የሚሄዱ ናቸው and the report distribution እነዚህ report distribution ምንድን ናቸው ማለት ነው። so እነዚህን በምንመለከትበት ሰዓት አሁን ለምሳሌ situation awareness report steady state ማን ነው እንትን የሚያደርገው who is it resource information ፌደራል ሚኒስትር ኦፍ ሄልዝ PHEOC ነው እዚህ የሚሆነው ይሄ ሪፖርት ፍሪኩዌንሲ ደግሞ ዊክሊ ነው የሚሆነው ዊክሊ ሲኒየር ማናጀር ፓርትነር ሲኒየር ማናጀርስ ኤንድ ፓርትነሮች ምንድናቸው ሪፖርት ዲስትሪቢዩትድ የሚደረጉ ለነዚህ ነው ማለት ነው። ሌላኛው ደግሞ ሲቹዌሽን ሪፖርት ሪስፖንሲቭ የሚሆኑት ደግሞ ፌደራል ሚኒስትር ኦፍ ሄልዝ PHEOC እነዚህ ማለት PHEOC ፌደራል ሚኒስትር ኦፍ ሄልዝ ዴይሊ ቱ ዊክሊ ይደረጋል ሲኒየር ማናጀር ፓርትነር ያደርጓል ማለት ነው። ፊድባክ ሪፖርትስ ሴክሽን ናቸው ፊድባክ የሚሰጡ ሴክሽንስ ለሴክሽን ነው ሶርስ ኦፍ ኢንፎርሜሽን ይሄ ሶርስ ኦፍ ኢንፎርሜሽን ሴክሽን ነው ዊክሊ ኤቭሪ መንዴይ ሊሆን ይችላል IM ነው የሪፖርት ዲስትሪቢዩተር ቱ IM the other is daily response update IM ነው የሚያደርገው source of information daily ነው and deputy general report distributed to deputy and after action report AAR የሚባል ማለት ነው PHEOC ነው source of information end of emergency outbreak ላይ የሚሰራ ነው ይሄ ከእንግዲህ end of emergency outbreak ነው AAI this one ማለት ነው this one መቼ የሚሰራው after action report የሚባለው ነገር መቼ ነው የሚሰራው መስራችን end of emergency outbreak የማንኛውም outbreak ሲከሰት AAR መሰራት ግዴታ ነው ማለት ነው ስታንዳርድ ፕሮቶኮል ነው ስለዚህ ሪስፖንስ ስቴክሆልደርስ ሊደርሺፕ ለነሱ ብሪፊንግ ይደረጋል ማለት ነው ለስቴክሆልደሮች ለሪፖርት ቱ ስቴክሆልደር ማለት ገቨርንመንታል ፕራይቬት ሴክተርስ ኤንድ ሶ ኦን ማለት ነው ሶ አኑዋል ሪፖርት ደግሞ PHEOC ነው ዋንስ ፐር ይር ይደረጋል ኢመርጀንሲ ስቴክሆልደርስ ይደረጋሉ ማለት ነው ሶ እነዚህ ነገሮች ቬሪ ኢምፖርታንት ስለሆኑ ወደ ኔክስት ስላይድ እንገባለን ኦኬ ኔክስት ፓርትነር አክቲቪቲ ትራኪንግ ፓርትነሮች እነማን ናቸው ትራክ መደረግ አለባቸው ዝም ብሎ ፓርትነር መኖሩ ብቻ ሳይሆን ማነው ድርጅት ያለው እነዚህ ነገሮች ትራክ ለማድረግ ምን ያስፈልጋል መሰራቸው አን ኤክሴል ሺት እዚህ ጀነሬት መደረግ አለበት an Excel sheet generated from the PHEOC will be shared with the partner ለፓርትነሮቹ ሼር ይደረጋል ከዛ እነሱ ያንን ዳታውን የራሳቸውን ፊል እያደረጉ ምን ያደርጋሉ በተለይ ደግሞ ጉግል ሺት ላይ በመጠቀም ያንን ለፓርትነሮቹ ሼር ይደረጋል partners complete their activity on what they are doing where when and how in the Excel sheets and submit their input to the PHEOC each week በየሳምንቱ ፓርትነሮች የሚሰሩትን አክቲቪቲዎች ፓርትነርስ አክቲቪቲ where when how in the Excel sheet በመሙላት ማለት ነው ኮመን ኤክሴል ሺት ነው በተለይ ደግሞ ኦፍላይን ሼር ማድረግ ይቻላል፣ ወይም ደግሞ በጉግል ሺት ላይ በመጠቀም ሼር ተደርጎ ራሳቸው ናቸው ድርጅቶቹ የሚሞሉት። ስለዚህ እነዚህ ድርጅቶች የሚሞሉት ወደ PHOC ወደ ዳታ ስቶር ነው የሚገባው። ስለዚህ ዳታ ኮምፓይል ሆኖ አንድ ቦታ ይገኛል ማለት ነው። የሆነ ማንኛውም ቦዲ ቢፈልግ እዛ PHOC ነው መጀመሪያ ጠይቅ ያለበት። PHOC ደግሞ ብቻ ሳይሆን ፓርትነሮች የተለያዩ ነገሮች በአንድ ጊዜ እዛ ይሰራሉ ማለት ነው። ሶ the PHOC manager is responsible for ensuring updated information is maintained in PHOC, especially PHOC who is PHOC manager. PHOC manager PHOC እና ኢንሲደንት ማኔጅመንት ሲስተም ሰርቲፋይድ የሆነ የተመደበ በዛ ኮንስታንትሊ የሚገኝ ነው። PHOC ማናጀሩ እሱ ሪስፖንሲብል ነው ማለት ነው። the PHOC manager is responsible for ensuring updated information is maintained in PHOC ውስጥ updated information maintain መደረግባቸዋል። እነሱን ሪስፖንሲብል ፐርሰን ነው ማለት ነው። ስለዚህ እነዚህ ነገሮች ትራክ አድርጎ ሃንድል ማድረግ አለበት ማለት ነው። So next slide, when you come to the next slide, what is PHOC activity scheduling? It means activity needs scheduling to be followed. So meeting minutes will be taken for all meetings. ለሁሉም ሚቲንጎች ሚኒት መጻፍ አለበት። ሪጉላር ኤንድ አድሆክ ኢቭን ራሱ አድሆክ ሊሆን ይችላል፣ ሪጉላር ሊሆን ይችላል። ሚኒት መያዝ መጻፍ እና ዶክመንት ተደርጎ PHOC ላይ መቀመጥ አለበት ማለት ነው። The other is here important. The information is regularly displayed in the PHOC for situational awareness ማለት ዲስፕሌይንግ ላይ እንትኑ ላይ ማለት ነው። እዚህ ስክሪኑ ላይ ሁልጊዜ ዲስፕሌይ መደረግ አለበት ማለት ነው። ዲስፕሌይ so technical knowledge is important. So the other is the PHOC manager is responsible for updating the information. Updating information matter. The PHOC manager responsible no ማለት ነው። So let's see the next slide. Thank you very much for attending me. So when we come to the next slide, emergency contacts. Emergency contact, there will be what? There will be what? Here important. Follow. There will be a 24-hour 7-day PHOC dedicated call line in PHOC which can be used as an emergency contact point provided contact number provided ሁሉም ሪጅኖች በአሁኑ ሰዓት የኢመርጀንሲ ሴንተር አላቸው። For example, this is the national what we know most frequently. It is also important for PHOC to have a toll-free line in the PHOC that will be used by individual to report about any event. So any minimum report የሚያደርጉበት this number is very important. So the PHOC maintain a list of contact of key stakeholders including all levels of health system, delivery, governmental sector, key staff, partner organization, representative and disaster management. እነዚህ ሁሉ PHOC ኮንታክት ሊስታቸውን እንትን ብሎ ኮሚኒኬት ማድረግ ይችላል፣ መደወል ይችላል፣ ኢንፎርም ማድረግ ይችላል፣ አድቫይስ ፊድባክ መጠየቅ ይችላል ማለት ነው። ምክንያቱም ሀልዝ ቲምወርክ ነው፣ ቲምወርክ ስለሆነ ማለት ነው። Thank you. So let's see the next slide. We come to the next slide. Here important coordination and communication. Coordination እና communication important ማለት ነው። ማለት በአንድነት በፍቅር አንድ ጎል ፎከስ አድርጎ መስራት ያስፈልጋቸዋል ማለት ነው። So an effective, accurate and timely communication system is crucial during the response and PHOC is a platform for effective communication. So PHOC is very important. Here important. PHOC is a platform, platform for effective communication. Okay, let's continue. Sorry for interruption. So this is a system will serve. That means economically we are a developer country. In developing country, every challenge is present. Actually, we can if you are working together, we will solve everything. So let us see here. The PHEOC establish internal communication within the IMS. IMS means incident management systems and external communication with partners, government and private sectors and public as well. So internal communication, so people establish internal communication with what? IMS and external communication with partners, government, private sector and public as well. So the internal to establish effective communication within different sections and fields. Internal ያስፈልጉ ምንድነው? To establish effective communication within different sections and the fields ስለሚያስፈልግ ማለት ነው። እነዚህ very important ናቸው። So let's see next slide. If you have comment or write comment box, so please give us your feedback. So this is a response meeting ላይ ምን ያስፈልጋል እንደማለው this is important. So a task force meeting will be held weekly at EPHI to share epidemiological institutional update in the support of coordination of the response. All section chief and external partners shall participate in the meeting, right? And all section chiefs and external partners shall participate in the meeting. Section chief will brief this one section chief. As all section chiefs and external partners shall participate in the meeting, and section chief will brief the large audience and their responses, activities, and raise any concern that require decision or support from the leadership. So the meeting minutes shall be compiled and shared with task force members no later than 2 days following the task force meeting. ማለት task force meeting follow ማድረግ ሁለት ቀን ማለፍ የለበትም. So you can see that. Let's jump to the next slide. Thank you very much. So next slide is about section coordination meeting. What does this mean? Section coordination meeting. Section coordination meeting is each section staff should meet twice a week to coordinate response effort. Coordinate response effort ለማድረግ meet ማድረግ አለባቸው. Come together and discuss for every situation ላይ ዲስከስ ማድረግ አለባቸው። each week ዲስከስ መደረግ አለበት። ሚቲንግ ላይ መገናኘት አለባቸው ማለት ነው። So thank you very much. Let us continue to the next slide. Weekly plan and feedback report. Weekly plan እና feedback report. Weekly plan and feedback report every Friday. Each section should submit its weekly plan to the PHEOC. የትኛውም ሴክሽን ሁሉም ሴክሽኖች important. Each section should submit its weekly plan to the PHEOC. So the plan section coordinates the recording of action to monitor accomplishment ለማድረግ meet margaza planning section important coordinate recording of action to monitor accomplishment monitor ለማድረግ እንትን ማድረግ አለባቸው ማለት ነው። Thank you very much. Let us continue to the next slide, guys. Thank you very much for your lovely following. Here is other communications with the field. So when it comes to the communication with the field, the PHEOC will make daily follow-up call with the regional response team to monitor coordinations at regional and lower level, including multi-sectoral and multidisciplinary coordination. Multi-sectoral and multidisciplinary coordination. The PHEOC will prepare and share with IM a brief summary of status of coordinations at different levels and will include this information in strip. We will see what strip is the next slide. So let's continue to the next slide. Everybody, you are welcome, and I think you are be happy for staying with us. Okay, I'm sure I'm not fast. So strategic communication, when it comes to strategic communication, communication should be strategical. You shall to know to whom you are communicating. No, you shall to know. In addition to strip, the PHEOC prepare a response summary twice a week and share it with senior leadership of EPHI, the phem, Federal Minister of Health, this actually, and regional phem. So shall to communicate with the appropriate body. The hierarchy should be maintained. You know, you shall not jump, but maintain. If you are Warada PHEOC for you communicate to zonal PHEOC, then regional PHEOC, and EPHI, and the EPHI will communicate. You can communicate with common email. That is good. Actually, this just. So the summary includes a brief round of the event action taken and next step issues and challenges that require high-level decision making, especially the high-level decision, very important. So a phem technical working group should be implemented every week. Phem TWG every week implement preferably at the same time and in the same location ማለት ዛት እዚህ ላይ በተመሳሳይ ሰዓትና በተመሳሳይ ቦታ ላይ መገናኘት አለባቸው ማለት ነው። So now especially we are in the technology, we can follow with what every PHEOC have a Wi-Fi and computers and projectors and flat screen. So we shall communicate Zoom meeting. Actually, as we hear there is paid Zoom. That means officially paid Zooms more than 40 minutes. So you can Zoom. Actually, Zoom you can use 40 minutes. There is a free version of Zoom. So let us continue to the next slide. So the other is the meeting shall be chaired by what? The meeting important. The meeting shall be chaired by IM or APHI DDG, Deputy Director General, and attended by all section staff. Attended by all section staff, responding partners, and other relevant stakeholders like private, clinic, or any interested group. So this is a forum for what? A forum for strategic communication among relevant stakeholders where critical decisions are undertaken. Critical decision undertaken ማለት ነው። So minutes of each meeting will be shared regularly. ሚኒቱ ደግሞ ሬጉላር በሆነ መንገድ ሼር መደረግ አለበት to all IMS, incident management staff, and phem technical working group member to monitor actionaቸው ሞኒተር ለማድረግ ሚኒቱ ራሱ ሼር መደረግ አለበት ማለት ነው ለእያንዳንዱ ሜምበር ስታፍ ነው። PHI Federal Minister of Health, PHI is the wing of the Federal Minister of Health, and it's come to regional phem and zonal phem, that means PHEOC and Warada PHEOC. So, and PHEOCs are a part of, actually PHEOC is not separate of phem, it is part of phem. So, that is what make you confused. So, let's continue to the next slide. So the external, we come to the external here is that, so the PHEOC communicate externally, so what does mean external communication? The PHEOC communicate externally with the relevant partners, governments, and private sectors, as well as the public. ለፐብሊኩ ኮሚኒኬት ማድረግ ይችላል ማለት ነው። አሁን ለምሳሌ ሪሶርስ ሞቢላይዜሽን ላይ ኦር ዊሊንግ የሆኑ ኮሚኒኬት ካሉ ጤናን መርዳት የሚፈልጉ በተለይ ደግሞ አክቹዋሊ ብዙ ነገሮች አሉ ምክንያቶች ገቨርንመንት ማለት ፕራይቬት እንትሮች ፓርቲሲፔት የሚሆኑበት ነገር ማለት ነው። ሶ the PHEOC communicate PHEOC is organization. So the PHEOC communicate with the relevant partners, government and private sectors through what? Liaison officer. Important. Liaison officer. በሊያዘን ኦፊሰር ነው ማለት ሊያዘን ኦፊሰሩ ምን ውስጥ ነው? IMS ኮማንድ ስታፍ ውስጥ ነው የሚገባው። ላይክ ኮማንድ ስታፍ ላይክ ፐብሊክ ኢንፎርሜሽን ሊያዞን ኦፊሰር ሴኩሪቲ የሚባሉ ፓርቶች አሉ IMS ውስጥ። we will see that by sharing strips the communication include situational updateዎችን ይዛል action taken undertaken እንደተደረጉ and areas that need support ማለት የሆነ ሰፖርት የሚያስፈልጋቸው ቦታዎችን ራሱ ኢንክሉድ ያደርጋል። ማንም ያደርገው liaison officer የሚባለው ማለት ነው። Thank you. Let us continue to the next slide. Guys, you are welcome. You are so lovely following attentively this slide. I think you get is very nice. Thank you. So when come to the public here important public, the IM incident manager or EPHIDDG Deputy Director General will clear the information before it goes out to the internal and external stakeholder. ከመሄዳቸው በፊት ክሊር አውት ያደርገዋል ማለት ነው። ማነው? IM ኢንሲደንት ማናጀር ሆነ። ምክንያቱም ኤቭሪ ኢንሲደንት ማናጀር put on the top, you know, on the top. So everything incident cascade ያደርጋል። ያው EPHI ደግሞ እያንዳንዱ ኢንሲደንት ማናጀር ያለ ካስኬድ ያደርጋል ወደታይ ማለት ነው። So the PHEOC makes the following public communication. ማነው? PHEOC public communication የሚያደርገው ምኖቹ ነው? see important. The PHEOC makes the following public communication. So communicate with public to inform them of situation control measure and risk. ማለት በሶሻል ሚዲያ ኮሚኒኬት ሊያደርግ ይችላል፣ በቴሌቪዥን ሊያደርግ ይችላል፣ በፌስቡክ፣ በቴሌግራም ግሩፕ፣ በዋትስአፕ ግሩፕ። ማንም ያደርገው PHEOC ነው ድርጅቱ። PHEOC ማናጀሩ፣ ስታፉ፣ ፐብሊክ ማነው እዛ ኢንፎርም ያደርገው ኮሚኒኬት የሚያደርገው ፐብሊክ ኢንፎርሜሽኑ እንደዚህ ኮሚኒኬት የሚያደርገው እና እነዚህ እንትኖች what is the role of each department ማወቅ ያስፈልጋል። የሊያዘን ኦፊሰር ሮሉ ምንድነው? ሴኩሪቲ ኦፊሰር ምንድነው ሮሉ? ፐብሊክ ኢንፎርሜሽን ሮሉ ምንድነው? PHEOC ማናጀር ሮሉ ምንድነው? IMO ኢንሲደንት ማናጀሩ ሮሉ ምንድነው? እነዚህ ሁሉ ማወቅ ያስፈልጋል። ኮኦርዲኔተር ማለት መሰራት አለበት። በዛ ውስጥ ስለ ኮማንድ ሲስተም ኮማንድ ፍሎ የምንመለከት ይሆናል። so let us continue to the next. So here important, what does it mean? Here important, post the daily situation report on Federal Ministry of Health and EPHI website to all internal and external stakeholders. ለኢንተርናል እና ኤክስተርናል ስቴክሆልደሮቹ አፕዴትድ ይሆናል። ለምሳሌ የሆነች ዳሽቦርድ አለች ማለት ኮሮና በየቀኑ ሞቱ በየቀኑ የተመረመረ እነዚህ ቶታል ዴዝ ምናምን እያለ እንትን የሚደረገው አሁን እነሱ በየቀኑ አፕዴት ያደርጋሉ ማለት ነው። send SMS message on disease control measure, you know SMS ይገባላችኋል። አንድ ጊዜ በኤስኤምኤስ የሚገባላችሁ ሜሴጅ ምንድነው? SMS on disease control measure እንትን ያደርጋል ማለት ነው። ራሳችሁን እንደዚህ አድርጎ አሁን ለምሳሌ ኮል ሴንተር ስደውሉ ራስዎን ኮሮና ምናምን እያለ የምትጮህም ማለት ነው። one part of communication ነው እና let us other issue press release or convenes a press conference to inform the public about the response and measure to prevent further spread to reduce morbidity and mortality. እነዚህ ሞርቢዲቲ እና ሞርታሊቲውን ሪዱስ ለማድረግ ስለዚህ እነዚህ ነገሮች ኢምፖርታንት ናቸው ማለት ነው። So actually you are welcome everybody. I think you are doing this thing with us. Thank you very much. Let's say thank you very much. This is the door of EPHR